I'm going to tell you the facts now. So here we go. So Dennis Jenkins happened to have been the brother of our housekeeper at my house. He was not able to pay fees, so we decided to have it pro bono and represented him. I was a young lawyer at the time, just 2 years at the bar, and I had senior counsel K.D. Knight doing the first trial. In the first trial, the government forensic scientist gave evidence that she examined hairs on the crime scene, which were compared with the hair taken from the suspect, which he did not consent to. She put them under the comparison microscope. On one side was the hair that was known, his hair. Secondly, hair found on the crime scene. And she said that they were similar. And she gave that evidence at the trial, which was hugely compelling. And for some reason, we were lucky that one person didn't like the matter, and we got a retrial. So here comes the retrial. As I said, he was a poor prisoner, but Mr. Spaulding, who was the Minister of Justice at the time, decided to use the Poor Prisoners Act, and we approached him if he would allow a defense forensic scientist to come for trial number 2. So we got a forensic scientist out of Florida. He was more often in the Cayman Islands. He testified in many trials for the prosecution in the Cayman Islands. When he examined the exhibits were brought to him by the Jamaican scientist who flew up to Florida to his laboratory with the exhibits, because he was going to do looking at the exhibits before the trial. He wanted to write his opinion before the trial. In his laboratory, he found something very strange. He said that he has never seen a case in which so many of the unknown hairs, those are the hairs on the scene, the crime scene, the population of unknown hairs was about 7-8 times more than he has ever seen in his experience. So that was a red flag for him. He then asked the scientist, I've never seen so much hair deposited by a assailant on a crime scene. She said to him, well, you know, there's a culture in Jamaica, and this is going to make you laugh, where men travel with their flyers down. He knew that that was a lie. It was an attempt to explain misconduct. So he made the examination, and he had the known hairs, he had the unknown hairs, and for some reason, he decided to testify. So he came to Jamaica to testify for the defense. What happened that we discovered that the hairs that were said to be found on the crime scene were planted by the police on the crime scene, having cut the hair of our client. And he was able to prove that that happened. And so it was one of my first alarming exposure to police misconduct. They actually took his hair and deposited it on the crime scene.